anything that's ahead of you. Anything that's ahead of you. In just a few months, we're gonna go back into an Olympic season. And as that's beginning to take place, as everybody's gearing up for Rio de Janeiro, we have somebody in our church, a woman who is training for the heptathlon to run those events in Rio de Janeiro. You see all these stories pop up, and one of the stories went all the way back almost 12, 14 years ago to a Winter Olympic that just really, I was so shocked to hear this, that when the Winter Olympics were in Nagano, Japan, they said something interesting happened. They said not only would they have to shut down sometimes a day or even 2 days, and they said we would never have to do this because of the extreme weather on the mountains of Nagano. They said the part that we just couldn't understand, we expected that, but at the top of the mountain, and this is what blew me away, they said there was a grove of trees at the top of the mountain that while we couldn't even see our hand in front of us because of the winds, he says this grove of trees were blooming in the dead of winter and fruit was coming out of them. They said we were so amazed. We were bummed that we had to shut down the slalom and we had to shut down some of the skiing events, but we were so amazed of why these trees were up there. And when I read the story, I just couldn't help but think of Acts chapter 1 and Acts chapter 2 when the Spirit fell down and began to come with fire upon them. This is what they said. They even sent geologists up there during the Olympics and said, why are these trees blooming in this harshest of weather? And this is what they found, that the roots underneath the tree was touching volcanic activity, which meant that while it was snowing on top, they were experiencing fire underneath. So what that tells me is it doesn't matter what happens out there, these roots are touching the fire. They're touching the Holy Spirit.